Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we have the pleasure of watching Jg.Pz from the European region playing in his Jg.Pz E100. Now what's so special about this tank? Well, it's got some great frontal armor, the only weak point being its lower plate frontally, or if you've got other tier 10 shooting gold, they can most of the time penetrate the superstructure, so either side of the gun mantlet. But with a 1050 alpha damage gun, this is not something that you'd ever want to sit in front of for an extended period of time, as I'm sure Jg.Pz is going to show us right here. So moving into a position just to aim down the tracks. Unfortunately, the EBR on Jg.Pz's team kind of just driving straight down the 9 line, getting the vision out, yes, but at the same time not doing too great, just dying straight away, and there is most of the health from that VK. 16801p gone. Hitting him for less than alpha damage and still doing a crazy amount. 1021 damage out of the 1050 alpha that this tank does have, and there is all your health gone as well, Progetto. Thank you for your donation. Progetto just deciding to kind of sit in front there. Not really too great of an idea when that can happen to you. Just... It's one of those tanks that you, as I said before, don't want to sit in front of if you can help it. The 16801p shooting gold just to get the penetration, but unfortunately he did get taken down by the artillery. Goodbye UDES 14.5. Just already 3000 damage, a little over 2 minutes into the match, and I'm sure, seeing that he's just auto-locked onto the griller. Come on, 268. 263, sorry. Move out of the way. Get that shot in. Take out the grill 15 as well. Now, as we can see, 3 artillery in the corner. This has got to be fun. But because of the crazy alpha damage of the Jg.Pz E100, Jg.Pz has decided to avoid the artillery. It's not really worth the shell a lot of the time. It's not worth the maybe 400 damage that you're going to get out of the one shell, and instead go for the higher health targets, get more damage out, take advantage of your high alpha. Unfortunately, only getting a critical hit against the Conqueror, not penetrating the side of the tank. Very, very unfortunate, because that would have been well over half of that Conqueror's health gone in a single shot. So just aiming down the tracks here, we do see a Batchat coming up on the back and taking a shot, but only bouncing. There is 1200, that's his highest roll of the match so far, into the lower plate of the enemy Jg.Pz E100. Which is also the weak point that I alluded to earlier when I was saying the lower plate of the tank. That is the position in the tank that I was talking about. Now, don't know what you were thinking about T26E5 Patriot, but you can go back to the garage as well. So now, doing a very good job just side scraping out as little as possible, showing a smaller amount of the weak point of the tank as possible. And as we can see there, only having his own track taken off and penetrating the very, very slim shot into the lower plate of the enemy Jg.Pz E100, once again taking his health down. So now aiming in case that T110 E5 does decide to back up, but it seems that the E5 is moving forward. So Jg.Pz is going to move towards the south side of the map here towards the Conqueror and that T-30. But here now, going into the cap circle, tapping it, letting them know, hey, I'm over here, come get me. There's the T-30. Straight into the side. 538. Half of the shell's maximum alpha damage, but doesn't really matter too much. Von Pay already nearly 7,000 damage into the... Almost 7,000 damage in. Sorry. 5.5 minutes in, less than 6 minutes in. So not doing terribly. That is for sure. Now, as we can see, the 110E5 has managed to get around, being a very, very quick tank. Got to keep pulling forward. But now turning around, making sure the frontal armor, the strongest armor, is towards the enemy tanks. E5 trying to take off the track, unfortunately not quite hitting the spot. And now, as we can see here, knowing the weak points of enemy tanks, being able to go through the cupola, the lower portion of that cupola. And now, Conqueror trying to circle him, but taking off the track. Fortunately, it does seem like Von Pay has a repair crew, so able to get facing the Conqueror and taking him out of the battle. 7 kills, nearly 8,000 damage from what we've seen. But let's take a look at the endgame stats now and see how Von Pay actually ended up doing. Alright, and as we can see here, Von Pay getting the Ace Tanker medal for the nearly 8,000 damage dealt, obviously getting the high caliber medal and a Top Gun for those 7 kills. 7,947 damage dealt in the end, unfortunately only just short, 53 damage shy of managing to complete TD-15, so unfortunately not quite finishing that mission, but still a great result nonetheless. Obviously top damage on team for the Ace Tanker medal. Von Pay actually ended up getting 1,273 base experience, 12 shots fired, 12 hits, 11 penetrations. That is a very, very good ratio. Unfortunately, not pinning the Conqueror down the tracks, only hitting the track and critically. So that would have been possibly the mission done for Von Pay. But oh well, can't really complain. Did win the match and did do exceptionally well. 62,000 credits earned from the battle. Didn't have to fire any gold, or only a couple of rounds at the end after running out of the standard rounds, and having to resupply the 1 food consumable means that Von Pay ended up taking away 31,000 credits from this battle, and even without a premium account, still would have only lost, what's that, 70 credits. About 70 credits without a premium account in a tier 10, which is a great result. If you like this video, please be sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you all again tomorrow in the next video.